Merry Christmas everyone, and welcome to my house tour for 2020. First tree we have is, of course, a Kiwiana tree. With lovely ornaments like this cathedral one, lots of birds, Kiwiana, Pohurikawa, and some New Zealand trees, and of course lots of kiwis. And the main attraction himself. This one here is my gnome display, and they are tending their garden. And lots of lovely trees of different textures. And the main tree with grey, white and green. When we come in, our first tree here is this rose gold and pink, dusky pink tree with these beautiful fairies. This one's just jam-packed with just the prettiest things I could find. Including this lovely Santa. And over here, I still wanted to have my nutcrackers out, but I didn't get a chance to put them all because there's so many. So this is just a little selection. I made this centerpiece out of a upcycled kid's drum and just added some foliage and some berries. And up the top, my lovely tall ceiling here is another little lineup. And beautiful flowers. It doesn't get a lot of natural light in there, so hopefully they're not going to fade. We'll keep moving around here. And this is my Santa. Just some of my favorites that I've collected. I've got to turn this guy on. I think that I might not risk it. And here's some of my Santa collections. This guy's great with this little plane. This guy's new to me, and I love his glasses. So cute. That little, so sweet in there. And this tree here is we call our memory tree, and it's got all of the ornaments that we've collected on our trips. overseas, and some very special ornaments from the kids when they were little, and also some beautiful red and gold traditional ornaments. Some flags tucked in there to show. And my new additions this year, the spinners, and I really, really love them. The Disney ornaments are all on spinners. My 2019 from my trip last year. And this was my Disney ornament I picked up on that same trip. And this one here is from 2018, of course. Coming across, we've got a Winter Wonderland display. And this, I have to actually admit, is my favorite this year. I love the colors. I love these little elves. And I've tried to keep this display a little bit simple. The tree I wouldn't call simple, but I just think it's so pretty. Right, starburst. We've got our Grinchy Claus on the TV. And oh, check this guy out. He is very chilled out about Christmas. She's maybe, I had a couple. This is my Christmas mice, and each year they have a party in the house in different areas. And this year they've chosen the wall art. They've got their stockings out. I've got this guy here. My little mice. This one is Santa's mailroom and his trusty elves. So there's lots of elves. Legs disappearing into this tree. They're very busy. This lovely ornament here. And this guy on the phone. And here he is. I feel like that might get old really quick, so that's that area there, Santa's mailroom. Now we'll just come across, and our recent addition this year is our puppy Archie, and I wanted to do a little puppy tree, and also for my sister who's staying with us. She loves dogs. I found this ornament online and actually could be Archie. It's not, but it is pretty close. I love this ribbon. It was perfect. And lots of other wee dogs in here. And of course, wee sausage dogs. And of course his present. These are our little pig people that we had made. And elf on the shelf. Tiny elf on the shelf. Salt and pepper collection. And of course milk and cookies for Santa. Every year my children choose their own Christmas trees and their own themes. So this year my daughter went for a Netflix tree. So initially I was a little bit hesitant about how I was going to put it together, but it kind of just came together and I love it. So you may be able to see some different shows. We've got Stranger Things. There's Eleven's waffle. It's my favorite, Justin. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So we've got some New York elements. Here is cheddar, South Pizza, and The Office. Got some office supplies, coffee, World's Best Boss. There's Jim in there, but he's having a hard day. Sorry, Jim. And of course Daryl and the man himself. And the last one I've got down here is Riverdale. And some cherry blossoms and some jackets. This one here is my oldest son's. He just asked for a sports tree, which was actually quite fun to do. It's not quite as elaborate as the other ones, but I like it. He does like to try to slam dunk in here, gently of course. And these table tennis rackets with some displays, some soccer boots down there. And this one here is my youngest, and he went for animals. So this is some different critters. There's this little guy poking around. And this is my first time working with a buffalo print, the black and white, and I love it. These elves are new to me. My family don't like them, but I love them. I think that I am maybe the minority because everyone seems to find them creepy. But I think they're great. These are so sweet. And that is the lounge. This is my vintage area on my vintage display cabinet. This year I did a little bit differently. Usually I put everything out that I've got. This is just a small selection there. But I decided to focus on some vintage records and these amazing carolers I found at a thrift shop for $5. on an old record player, and I like the simple side of it. It's an amazing art piece that I got from an amazing Christmas shop in the Hawke's Bay, Christmas Wonderland, and the wreath is one that I made. So in the vintage tree, I've just gone really simple again. The Santa in there, some starburst lights, and some of these amazing vintage inspired starbursts. And the ceramic tree. Some reindeer over here. It's a different coloured ones which are lovely. And this guy here is my gingerbread, and I've used gingerbread and mint, which I love the combination of sort of a coppery colour and the mint colour. I think they go so nicely together. And I also have this mint tray. And one of my favourites. And then we come into the kitchen. And a little hot chocolate, some mugs and some peppermint, and a cookie jar, which I'm sorry to say has never got any cookies in it. Lovely Santa, and also a lovely Mrs. Claus, who's been to the market clearly. Really love these green felt pieces, so I just wanted them to have a little nook, and they're great with that wee sign. And the other thing that I've started, oh, what's he doing here? That's alright, he can stay. There's these pop figures, I absolutely love them. There's Mariah. There's Mrs. Claus, my favourite. And I also see that Thor's joined the party. Elf, and here's Jovi. She's fallen down. And then there's Dwight as Belschnickel. He's just supervising. These clear ornaments pick up the light. That's quite sweet. And up the top of the kitchen cabinets is Candy Cane Lane. And just lots of fun gingerbread and cakes and candy canes. Lots of fun up there. This year I've been doing a display with my houses, but ran out of room a little bit. So I thought that I would just put some out, just put a few bits and pieces. This lovely Santa and these Limax pieces are really special. And then down the hall, right at the end of the hall, is this pink flocked tree with lots of red. I actually personally love pink and red. I think it's amazing. And again, really high ceilings, so it's nice to be able to fill it with something tall. These lights I found online, they're vintage, and they put out the most amazing amount of light. And I've just got lots of lovely Santas, some vintage, some not vintage, they're all together, as well as these. I found a felt tablecloth at the thrift store, a table runner I think it was, and I cut them up into these sort of flower shapes and popped some pearls on them, and they've just filled the tree nicely. And this is my bedroom display, which is so fun and so cheerful. I've got lots of little signs in there. Slay all day, Christmas is my favourite, OCD, obsessive Christmas disorder, which I definitely have. Wanted, jolly men bearing gifts. This one here, this elf climbing the tree with the lights. That little backpack I've had for probably 20 plus years. Bathroom, I have some birds, some lovely bird ornaments, as well as some bird houses. Look at this guy at the top. And some pretty garland. It's just a nice slim tree that fits so well into this little space and just makes it able for me to use more of my collection. And down in the garage is my husband's brew, his homebrew setup, and this is his beer tree. It has lots of lovely gold and copper. This drunk elf. And lots of amazing beer-themed Christmas ornaments, which are surprisingly not that hard to find. Here's another elf. He's hiding. Hangover kits and these glasses which I found, which I've got some froth and the drink looks like it's moving, which is really fun. And that is the end of the tour. Merry Christmas everyone. I hope that you enjoyed having a look around my Christmas house for 2020, and I also hope that you have a lovely and relaxing Christmas break. I would love it if you enjoy Christmas content, if you would subscribe and like this video, and have an amazing day. Thanks, bye.